Hello, I'm Sumar Fawaz, and this video is about a demonstration of an application that I've developed for an industry problem, right? So the industry problem that I've identified is when we are developing industry level applications or production level applications, we don't go with a monolithic architecture where you have all the application, the business logic, and the database in the same server or the local host, you say. So we are inheriting the microservices architecture where we have different functionalities of the application in different locations as microservices, which is sent as an API to the application. So mostly we have web applications and mobile applications these days. So the problem is when we are going through the industry architecture, right? So we have different application service. So for an example, this is my application and I have three application service. So these application service can have a microservice of its own up and running with a certain storage level with a database inherited into the application server. So the reason we are breaking down the architecture into different chunks is because of security reasons. So this will deal with application where this is exposed to the internet, where you have different users and clients coming in and working. So if this main database server is directly given access to the application, so there is a high chance that this database server is compromised and all of our data is gone. So that's the reason that we are breaking down the whole architecture into different parts as microservices and rendering them as APIs. So while doing that, so companies have to buy a certain server and they have to run the microservice there. So there can be a certain storage amount. Okay, so excluding storage, there will be some storage and performance limitations. So for that reason, so basically say you have 150 GB and this application is catering the production level. So when it is catering the production level, so there is a high chance that this server, like after within 1 week, it could run out of space because it's just 150 GB. So the amount of files will be very huge. It is not like your personal usage, so it is catering the production level. So when it comes to that scenario, it's a worst case scenario where the applications request will be sent and data cannot be processed due to the insufficiency of storage. So that will be a problem. So I thought, okay, what if we can run an application from on the server level to solve this issue for us. For an example, so I'm running an application here, so a Java application, so that looks for certain file types. So we can say, okay, I have .mp4, which is videos that is being sent to the server. So I want to compress and move these files to a different location so that my server has storage to work for the other day. So now when you're doing all of these, like you have three servers, but when you go into the real picture, you have so many servers involving in the process. So you can't manually just go through each and every server, have somebody and select the files and select the files, compress them and move them to another location and then make a cloud backup. So that is really messy. So what I thought is, okay, what if I can make an application that could look for certain file types and then compress it and then move that to a different location, and from that location upload the files to the cloud. So that's what I'm gonna demonstrate in this application. It's kind of a small automation using PowerShell, and certain PowerShell scripts commands are run inside a Java application. So so according to my scenario, so I have two different folder locations. So I'm testing as MMS1 and MMS2. So here, assume that this is the server and I have certain files here. So I want to move those file types to this location, right? So I'm gonna quickly create about like this is one text document. So I'm gonna duplicate them. So I have about 4 files here. So now I have these 4 files. So this is an example. So I've just simply I have just 5 files over here. So what I want to do is I want to move these files to this location. I want to compress these files. I want to select these files automatically and I want to compress those files, and I want to send the compressed files here and I want to get rid of these files from this location. So basically what I want to do is I want to compress all these files into one file and move that file to this location and after I have moved that file to this location, I want to delete these files from the server. And once it has come inside this other location, I want to send this file to the cloud, right? So that is my requirement. So now I want to, if I had to do this manually, so I have to select all these files manually and then compress them, move them here, and put that into the cloud. So that is not it's not cost effective and time saving. So what I've done is I've developed a simple application. So this is not really the complete application, but it's just a part of it. So I've used JavaFX and Maven for my application, so I'm using Java. So I'm just deploying my application here. So here goes. So we got the application here, and now we have the server dashboard. So now what I will do is I want to this is the dashboard of the server. So all the operations will be performed on the selected disk. So say we have different types of disks inside the server, so different storage physical entities. So we don't get a physical entity, but we do get partitions when we work on servers. So what I'm doing is so when I just click on this select disk, so I'm getting all the physical disks that I have in my local host, so on which type that I want to work. So you have a collective number of servers connected over here, and what you can do is you can just click on the server that you want to work on. So I want to work on data D, so I want to work on my disk D. So we just click on it. So it just calculates the total space, the usable space, the disk health, and the total usage inside a pie chart. So now what I want to do is I want to compress these files and move that to the different locations. That is the files, the place where the location where the files are is known as the source, and the destination is the place where I want to move, and the file type is the type of extension that I'm looking for, the file extension that I'm looking for. So now I'm going to source, and I'm saying okay, my files are inside this, so selecting that, I'm getting my destination. So destination is going to be I want to move the files to this location. So click that, and file type .txt. So I have file txt file txt .txt file files in my source location. So now when I say compress and move, so it is asking for a confirmation dialog. So would you like to perform this action? So if you say yes, so files were compressed and moved successfully. Okay, and we have 5 files, so we got the message 5 times. And now if we just close this application, and you can see that the files are moved from this location to here. So it's saying working on, so the folder is empty, and we have got the compressed files to this location. So I'm up to now I have used Java here. So I've used different classes and methods to get this process done with some PowerShell commands PowerShell commands powered from my Java application through the process builder. So now we can see that we have the compressed files here. So now I want to my requirement is successful, but I want to take these files to the cloud. So I want to back this up to the cloud. So how can I do that? So that's what I directly came up with a PowerShell script. So I have a PowerShell script of my own written here. So this is using the Google Drive API. So what I will be doing is I will be uploading that specific file. So I've already mentioned the location and my client ID and stuff like that. So now I want to move this file to the cloud, so to my drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the script automatically, and it will just start working on. Some time for running. Just gonna stop this here. So now I've got the location for authenticating the application from the drive level. So I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get this, because I'm doing this manually because it is in the testing mode still. So the Google Drive API is in the testing mode. I'm gonna go in here and just gonna say sign in. So it's gonna take some time. So I'm here inside it is requesting for an account, so I've authorized my account for this purpose. So I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna say continue. So I'm gonna say continue again, so it's gonna have access to my files and stuff. So now here I'm getting an authentication code. So this is very tricky actually. This is the testing phase of an application. It's gonna be kind of tricky. So this is the code, authentication code. So I'm gonna take that authentication code down here. I'm gonna just paste it, and so it says file uploaded successfully. So that says that the file that we're trying to upload has been uploaded successfully. I'm gonna go real quick into my drive. So that was a PowerShell script. So you just uploaded right now. So the file is just uploaded right now. So just click on it to see. It's just uploaded right now, and so here we have the file .txt file extensions that we had down there in our local host, and it is now in the cloud. So that's the overall solution that I've provided here. So it's gonna be really complex when we take into the production level, which might take some more work. And it is just because it's in the Windows level. I've used Windows PowerShell. So if I'm moving into a Linux environment where most of the servers on the internet are using Linux, so Linux based operating system like Ubuntu Server 20.22 or something like that. So when we're going to a Linux environment, we can use the same application, the same Java application to do our needful, but we are going to use Bash shell instead of that. So we are going to use something like the terminal which we get in Ubuntu. So we are going to use certain commands on that type, and we're going to make it happen. So that's the solution that I've provided for the problem that I've encountered. So I think that was a very good solution. And for an example, say I don't want to manually run this script like this every day. So what I can do is I can just go into task scheduler and create a basic task. So you can select a certain time frame for your script to run automatically. So you can say daily, and next time you can specify your time and stuff, etc. So thank you so much, and that was a demonstration of the application.